Hey guys, happy Valentine's Day. Welcome to my Wonder Wednesday video where I come to you live every Wednesday at 1:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to talk about health, to talk about life, and today is to talk about self-love. So it's Valentine's Day, and typically I find people are on one side of the fence or the other. Most people don't feel very meh about Valentine's Day, right? It's usually they're all in, they love Valentine's Day, or they're all down on Valentine's Day and they hate it. Hi, Angela. Thanks for watching. So we're talking about something that is so important no matter whether you love Valentine's Day, you hate it, or whatever you have going on, if you're in a relationship or not. So we're talking about self-love. And I actually had another topic I was going to be talking to you guys about today, and I just totally scrapped that because I said, you know what, I want to take advantage of Valentine's Day. I feel like this is a really good opportunity to drive home this important message because as woo-woo as it sounds, self-love is really the starting place from almost any healthy change that happens to us, almost any positive mindset that we can adopt. Okay, so let's talk about it. So a lot of people think about self-love, self-care, and they think about, chocolates or taking a nice warm bath or meditating or starting a yoga practice. And all of those things are great, and they can be part of your self-care and your routine, and there's definitely a place for it. But self-love is not those things day in and day out that you do like that. Self-love is really a mindset, and it's a way that you treat yourself. So it affects everything. It affects everything from the standards that you set yourself for in relationships. If you don't believe that you are truly worthy, you will be amazed at how you attract somebody who does not treat you like you are worthy. So if you don't get that self-love down first, you will probably attract the wrong type of person for you. On the other hand, if you feel that, you're an awesome person, you feel like you deserve somebody and there's somebody out there for you that will treat you right, you will be amazed at how you attract that into your life. You may notice if you have a lot of drama in your life that you tend to attract more drama. And that's not a coincidence. That stuff really happens, right? It's all about manifesting. Whatever you focus on is what is going to grow. So if you focus on what's going negatively in your life, you will find that you've got tons more negativity coming your way. If you focus on what is good about your situation, what's good about what's in your life and the people in your life, you will find that only gets better and better. And the same thing goes for what you focus on for yourself. If you focus on the good things about yourself, it doesn't mean that you can't be working on changing the other things that you're not so thrilled about, but it does mean that you will grow those positive things in your life. Hi, Joni. Hi, Stephanie. Thanks for watching. We're talking about self-love today, so it's a ladies' talk today. No boys allowed. Okay, so we're saying that when we set the standard for ourselves, then other people will be attracted to us that hold those same standards, right? Also, if you are already in a relationship, let's say a romantic relationship or any relationship, it could be, with your sibling, with your parents, with your friends, you have a chance to always change how you want to be treated. It's basically just putting your foot down, in a nice way, and showing that you care for yourself, showing that you take time for yourself, and you can figure out what you need, and other people will start to turn around and give you what you need a little bit more. Happy Valentine's Day, Joni. So self-love affects, and the way that you treat yourself affects relationships, who you attract to yourself, and the standards that they show you, right? It also affects how you take care of yourself. So you can go ahead and say, I do XYZ because I love myself, or maybe it's I don't do XYZ because I love myself. I know that's not the language that we're normally saying to ourselves, but maybe it's that you have chosen not to drink and drive because you love yourself, right? So in the moment, you might not say, well, I'm not going to drink and drive because I love myself, but that's truly a decision that you're making out of love for yourself, right? And maybe your family if people are in the car with you. But if you're driving yourself, you're worrying about yourself. You care for yourself. So that's a standard you've set, right? So let's raise that bar a little bit higher. And what about other choices that you make? Think about you're a child, a small child, you wouldn't feed a little, let's say 9-month-old child, I'm going to make up something, I don't know, Fruit Loops, probably, right? It's got sugar, artificial dyes, and all that stuff because you love that child and you know it's not good for them. So maybe take a step back and think about that choice for yourself. Is that something that you want to put in your own body? So, okay, I kind of touched upon it already, but self-love also affects how you show up for yourself for health and fitness because it comes down to those choices that you make too. So are you able to take a stand and say, I love myself, so I'm going to do this. I love myself, I'm not going to do this. Now, by the way, that doesn't mean never having something maybe that isn't perfect for your health, because also self-love might mean I really want this bar of dark chocolate right now. Maybe it's a better choice than having the highly processed milk chocolate, but it's, you know, not the same as having a kale salad, whatever. In that moment, you know that that's what you need to do for some self-love. You need to treat yourself sometimes. You need to make these decisions and not feel guilty about them. So, okay, self-love also affects how you show up for yourself in whatever career you have, work, you know, maybe you volunteer, maybe you've got some sort of community thing that you're a part of, whether it's church, it's temple, it's, you know, whatever you do, the way that you care for yourself is how you show up to other people. Because when you give back to yourself, you've got more in that cup that you filled up to be able to give to other people. It also affects how you parent. So if you've got children, you know that you need to come from a place of love in order to be able to care for them. If you are really down on yourself, you may find that those moments and those times are times where you find it even more difficult to carry out all of the parenting duties, right? If you just hate yourself that day, you know, hate your body, you're mad at yourself for this or that, or losing your temper, you will find that it will snowball and you will just, by the end of the day, say, forget it, I am done with this. Every decision I made was a bad one today. And what you want to do is try to stop that before that happens and really gets out of control. We all have those moments, and if you can think about yourself from maybe your best friend's point of view, what would they say to you in that moment? You know, do they think that you're this huge screw up? Probably not. You know, maybe you just had a night that you didn't have enough sleep, or maybe you started out with a breakfast that, you know, spiked your blood sugar and then you came crashing down and now you're coming from a place of depletion all day long. Maybe you're going through a really tough time and you just need to take a step back and kind of lighten the load and see what you can do about, you know, lessening your priorities and just doing a few things really well instead of a lot of things, you know, kind of half-butted attempts. Okay, so what can you do then practically, like right now, to turn that around when you're hard on yourself? I mentioned before, what would your best friend say? So when you hear the voice in your head talking to yourself, you're so stupid, you're so fat, you never make the right decision, whatever, fill in the blank. We know that we all do that, especially women. We're really guilty of talking down upon ourselves. So think about your best friend or your sister or whoever is really somebody that's so supportive of you, and what would they say to you in that moment? Phone call came through, so lost you there for a minute. See if you can actually say these things out loud. If you're in a place that you can safely say out loud whatever you think your best friend or your sister or somebody supportive would say to you, do it out loud. If not, then just kind of close your eyes and try to picture it and think about what they would say to you. If that doesn't work, you can also tweak that a little bit and think about what you would say to your best friend or sister or somebody that you love in that moment. So if you're saying, you know, if it's one of those days and you're saying, I'm terrible at this, I'm having a bad day parenting, or I suck at my job, or, you know, whatever it is. Sorry about the language today. I know it's not terrible, but it's a little bit worse than I normally say. You can then think about what you would say to your friend and try to turn that around and say it to yourself. So would you let your friend talk about themselves that way in front of you, or would you kind of stop them and say, whoa, 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 it wasn't really that bad. You've got this going for you, that going for you. You would kind of turn it around pretty quickly. I know you would because you're a good friend. You have to be that kind of a friend to yourself as well. Number 2 to think about is, are you judgmental? So you don't have to put it here in the comments or anything. This is something that you can keep to yourself. But do you find that you judge other people, their choices, their decisions? Oh, I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have decided to do that, or I wouldn't have made that parenting choice, or whatever. Because if you are pretty judgmental, maybe you just take a couple of days and think about it and find yourself, are you judging people? We all do it a little bit. Some of us do it more so. The more judgmental you are towards other people, it tends to be that you are that judgmental to yourself as well. It's very difficult to be out there and kind of judging what everybody else is doing, but really patting ourselves on the back all the time. So typically, that's a very big red flag if you're judgmental towards other people, that you are probably really, really hard on yourself. And the good thing is, when you change it towards yourself, when you turn inward and change that negative self-talk, you tend to let go of the judgment towards other people too. You give people more of a benefit of the doubt. You try to empathize with people a little bit more. Okay, so what? They cut me off on the road. Maybe they just got bad news or something and they're not paying attention. So once you think about things that way, you're letting other people off the hook, but you're also reducing your own stress levels in a lot of situations, because you're not just always in this fight or flight, everybody's out to get me kind of a space. So you love yourself more, you're more empathetic to other people, and you lower your own stress levels. So that's kind of like a triple whammy there. And then point number 3 is to stop comparing yourself to other people. So we live in this world now with all of this social media, which is great for some reasons, right? Like, I can sit here from the comfort of my own home and talk to you guys right now live, which is pretty crazy when you think about it. But then we also tend to scroll on, maybe we're on Instagram too, and we just see the highlight reels of people's lives. So yeah, sometimes people post the crappy things too, but typically people just post what they want you to see. So they're not posting pictures of their messy house all the time. They're not posting their true thoughts that they have sometimes when they're having a bad parenting moment, right? They're just talking about how much they love their children and how wonderful their children are and everything. And I saw a meme recently, somebody posted, for every hashtag you write about so blessed and so lucky, I know that your house is just as messy as mine and your kids are eating chalk too. And I thought that was perfect, because it's so true. We have, I don't know if your kids are eating chalk. I'm sure they have, mine certainly have tried. We just have this idea that everybody has these perfect lives. Their pictures are often edited, or the lighting is just right, or whatever, and we're comparing ourselves to things that, number 1, are not real, and number 2, are that person's highlights also, right? So that's not even, it might not be real, and it certainly is not going to be the worst of that person. So if you can try to take a step back and stop comparing yourself to something that probably isn't even real anyway, I know it's easier said than done, but sometimes it just might mean a little bit of a digital detox, stay off of Facebook, or just come on to post what you want to post. Don't scroll through Instagram. Instagram tends to be the perfect pictures a little bit more so too, right? So people have this curated feed, and everything is just so, because they're almost looking at it like an art project when they're looking at their whole news feed. But they're taking pictures, they're taking selfies, they look perfect. So anyway, just try not to compare yourself to everything and everybody out there, because that's where a lot of our negative self-talk comes from. We think we should be just as good as this person, but we're not realizing that they actually have all of these other things going on that they're not sharing, or they have all this other help going on that you don't have that help, or whatever. So try to stop comparing yourself. So what do we keep in mind today? Okay, self-care is awesome. Take your Epsom salt baths, eat your chocolate today, accept those roses, or buy yourself roses or whatever. That's all well and good, but really just focus on the mind as much as you can. I know there's something that you love about yourself. I know there's many things that you love about yourself, and you just got to think about it. Inside my Facebook group this week, we are actually doing a 5 times love challenge. So the challenge that we have is that I'm asking everybody to write down, they don't have to share with everybody, but just for themselves, 5 things that they love about themselves every day this week, Monday through Friday. That's it. 25 things in total. I gave them some ideas if they're stuck, and the thing is that I want it to be different things every day. So you can't just keep using the same 5 things over and over again. And it's to stretch your imagination. So by Friday, it might be a little bit harder to come up with things. It's like those Sudoku puzzles in Newsday, the newspaper, the local newspaper. On Monday, it starts off really easy. By Friday, it's extremely challenging. So that's kind of the idea of this challenge. By Friday, I want you to really be digging deep to think about things that you love about yourself. I will post a link to the group in the comments if you guys want to jump on in and join the challenge and see what else we have going on. I posted a red velvet love brownie recipe today, so if you join the group, you can grab that recipe too. And the other thing I want to say before I let you go is that today at 11:59 p.m., so tonight, the early bird pricing for my next reset is going to be over. So if you are interested in the reset, make sure you grab that special price today. So it's a 10-day Healthy New You reset. I ran it in January. We had some amazing results, and so this is the second time we're going to be running it again. So this is for you if you're looking to lose weight, boost your energy, see how you feel off of certain inflammatory foods, give your body just a break. Your skin will be glowing. You're going to feel fabulous. So I'll post a link for that in the comments too. So I'll post a link for the group and I'll post a link for the reset by 11:59 today. Join if you want the special price. It goes up tomorrow. That's it. I hope you guys have a fabulous Valentine's Day. Again, Valentine's Day is about love in every form. So it's whatever relationships you have, family, children, and definitely self-love. So let's start there and see if we can't just change the whole damn world. All right? Have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.